Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions. It also includes understanding other people's emotions. Meyer and Solvay were the first ones to use the term emotional intelligence in 1990. This concept was given by Meyer and Solvay, but it was popularized by Daniel Goleman. Many psychologists gave their theories, but Goleman's theory is considered most important one. So in this video we are going to discuss that. Daniel Goleman, he was the author of the book called Emotional Intelligence. He developed the framework of 5 elements that define emotional intelligence. Let's go through them one by one. First one is self-awareness. The person who is high on emotional intelligence will be very self-aware. These people will understand their emotions, their strengths and weaknesses, and they use this ability as a guide to better decision making. These people are able to articulate and express their emotions in a better way. Second is self regulation. Emotionally intelligent people exercise self control. They are conscientious and they can delay gratification to achieve their goals. These people do not let their feelings dominate their rational mind. They balance their emotional and rational mind. They control their emotions through reason and they have the ability to keep their disruptive emotions and impulses in check. Third is motivation. People who are emotionally intelligent are motivated by the things beyond external rewards. They have passion to fulfill their own inner needs and goals. They pursue peak experiences. Peak experiences are basically the moments of awe or ecstasy or an experience in which we feel fully alive. So, emotionally intelligent people stay optimistic despite obstacles and setbacks. Fourth one is empathy. Its ability to understand what others are feeling and awareness of others' needs and concerns and helping others. For example, if someone is not feeling good, we might offer him emotional support and treat him with extra care and concern. The last is social skills. Being able to interact well with others is another important aspect of emotional intelligence. Having strong social skills allow people to build meaningful relationships with other people and develop stronger understanding of themselves and others. Next is there is a concept called IQ. IQ is intelligence quotient. It's a measurement of person's reasoning ability. It involves how someone can use information and logic to answer the questions or make predictions. It involves problem solving skills, short term memory, spatial recognition. And then there is EQ. EQ is emotional quotient. It's the measure of emotional intelligence. Now, multiple researchers have found in multiple studies over the years that a person's EQ is much more reliable indicator of their potential of success than IQ. Research has proved that 80% of the success depends on EQ and IQ contributes only 20%. People with high EQ know how to communicate effectively with others. They can relate to people on a deeper level and they can understand their motivation and feelings. These qualities make them better negotiators, better managers, and better leaders, which means that they are far more likely to succeed in business and other aspects faster than someone with very high IQ and social awkwardness. In a study in a few companies, it was found that 90% of the top performers were high on EQ. Also, companies nowadays are testing for emotional intelligence as a part of their hiring process. Even the smartest person needs a good social and emotional skills to succeed. A high IQ is no longer enough. There is a quote by Daniel Goleman. It says that If your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self awareness, if you are not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective relationships, then no matter how smart you are not going to get very far. Next, there are some techniques about how to develop emotional intelligence skills. First one is practicing mindfulness. Start by simply taking a little time out to think about your reactions to daily events. A few quiet moments at the end of the day are perfect for reflecting what happened to you and how you felt. It will help in becoming more self aware. Second might be journaling. We might write our feelings on daily basis. It will also help us in becoming more self aware. Next is reframing your perception. The example of reframing is switching our perspective from half empty glass to half full glass. Another is, let's say someone is criticizing an idea that you have come up with. So you could reframe the situation mentally, that how useful these suggestions are so that I can use them to improve my idea. Next is recognizing and celebrating your positive emotions. It involves intentionally engaging in intrinsically rewarding activities like recalling past happy memories, expressing gratitude, and being kind. It's based on the idea that experiencing more positive emotions puts you in a better and more resilient position when negative emotions occur. Next is being assertive, standing up for ourselves for what is right, setting priorities for ourselves, and being able to say no without guilt are the some of the characters of an emotionally intelligent person. Next is listen. Before we are able to empathize with someone, we first need to understand what other person is saying, which means listening is the epicenter of empathy, and empathy is one of the main characteristic of an emotionally intelligent person. Last one is learning from criticism. Probably no one likes criticism, but it's inevitable. When we choose to learn from it rather than simply defend ourselves, we grow in emotional intelligence. So, in nutshell, emotional intelligence plays a very important role in our lives, and the people who adopt these discussed characteristics give themselves a greater chance of being successful, and these skills can be learned by anyone.